Hello everyone, welcome to Data Engineer YouTube channel. In this video, we will cover what is dataset in Azure Data Factory. So let's get started with it. Basically, firstly, what I will do is for this thing, we need to have one source which is containing data and obviously your Azure Data Factory. I have this data factory with me. Already, you have seen in previous videos, we created a link service called Azure Blob Storage LS link service. Now this link service purpose is to connect with the blob storage. Now let me go to that blob storage. So my blob storage name is storage account 1222 prod. You can give any name, right? I will go to containers, and in containers I can have different files. I can have different folders, and inside folders I can have multiple files. So in dev folder I have this file. This is an Excel file whose name is Walmart dataset pivot master. It's simple table. It is a simple basically Excel file containing some sample dummy Walmart data, right? Now the question is, I want to import this Excel file data into my data factory, right? Simple. Firstly, we'll create a link service. Now we need to create data sets. Now the question is, what is a data set? So basically we call data set as DS, right? So let us see what is a DS or the data set. Data set is nothing but the schema of whatever source we are having, right? So sorry for this, I guess. Let me rub this part. Let me just rewrite it again. Okay, so schema of the source, just be with it. My pen tab is having some issues. All right, now data set is nothing but the schema of the source. Source can be anything. It can be a database, it can be an Excel file, it can be Google AdWords or anything, right? What is the schema? What are the column names? The main schema of your data source is the basically data set, right? Now let us see how we can create a data set. As of now, what I have is I have this Excel file which is uploaded in my container, dev container in the blob storage whose name is storage account 1222 prod, right? I have already created a link service which connect with the blob storages, right? So if you I go to manage, I go to link service, this is the already created link service. Now what I will do is I will go to data set. I will click on these three dots, new data set. Obviously, because my source is what a blob storage, I will click on blob storage. There are multiple storage accounts, you can see it, and then it will ask you which kind of data your blob storage have. So our data is in the form of Excel, right? So these are the formats which are accepted. So Parquet is the highly compressed data. We have Excel, we have CSV, we have JSON, and so on, right? You can select as per your requirement. Click on continue. Just give this data source name. I will give Excel, okay? And just select the link service via which it will connect to your data source. It is Azure Blob Storage Link Service. Now I will browse the path. So I know my data is in dev folder. Inside dev folder, there is a sheet which is my data, right? Now I selected it. So it is loading. It will tell how many sheet names we have. So we have only one sheet name which is order data. I will select this. If you want to select some other, if you have multiple sheet in Excel file and you want to select some particular one, you can select it from this list and you can just click on OK. And now just see the magic. Once we click OK, your data set will be created. Just a second, it's creating your data set. Now the question is, how can you test? Firstly, test the connection with your link service. Otherwise, definitely if it is failing, your schema will not be imported. Now we will go to schema and I will click on import schema from connection or store. That means it will import a schema directly from that blob storage Excel file. Now it is calculating that how many number of columns my Excel sheet have. So it calculated that the number of columns present are 16. Now this Excel data set have my schema of this Excel file. Now I will go to connection. I can even preview my data. So if I click on preview data, you will be able to preview your data. So just a second, it is loading, it is connecting, it is creating a connection via the link service, it is getting the data and it is showing it here. So this is not the entire data, it is the top uh, some rows, and you can just manage, like you will not see all the data here, you will just see some sample data, right? Now the question is how we can filter data. You can give a range, like I want this much range of data only. So for null value you can give a rule. So if you want to show the first row as the header, you can definitely click on it. If your header is already there, you can untick it. So based on the Excel sheet, kind of Excel sheet, you can select or unselect it, right? Now this is done. Once this data set is created, you need to click on this publish all. Now, what is publish all? Let's say two developers are working on Data Factory. Both of you are creating something different, right? Now, you created this Excel file. Before publishing it, you are only able to see this Excel file, this data set with the name Excel. The other people will not be able to see this Excel, data set. Now, as soon as you click on publish, this data set will be hosted everywhere and everybody will be able to see this data set, right? It's a permanent change. Like if you press this refresh button now, this change will be removed and you need to create it again. So make sure whatever change you want to do permanently, you click on publish and click on the publish button. So once you click on publish button, this change will be permanent, and now even if you refresh, you will be able to see Excel here, Excel dataset here. So this is all about creating dataset. Now the question is, do we need to create dataset always? The answer is yes. Whatever will be the source, any source, you can have Google AdWords source, you can have Excel source, you can have Parquet file source, you can have data base source. Whatever is the source, definitely you need to create a dataset of it, right? If you don't have a data set, definitely you will not be able to move further with the next steps. So next step is simply creating pipelines, or we can even create data flows. So what is data flow, what is pipeline, we will learn in the upcoming session. I hope everything is clear in this session. If you have any questions, you can definitely ask in the comment box. Thank you.